Optimistic on this Sunday about the world and also your personal ongoings. Today I'm going to look into the questions behind sexual features: penis, breasts, vagina, vulva, maybe even muscles. Actually, the skin is actually the biggest attracting feature in terms of skin health. Like, think about it. An attractive woman who was attractive, in her youth, compared to maybe a less attractive woman. And it's all relative because people like all different types of body types and varieties. And of course, there's like a basic symmetry that needs to be met, and kind of proportion, some fair proportion in order for facial features, body ratios, and then they're unique to men and women, of course, as well. But in essence, I'm going to be looking into what really I think people should consider being attracted to, and then what they actually are. So, starting off with looking at the interactions between the penis and vagina, and this is specifically a penis and vagina intercourse, and it's about what physical sensation, feeling or creating a more intense physical sensation. And by the way, I don't think that's that important, especially for men, because I think it's important for men to be more stoic in life, and masculine. And by that I mean, like, for example, I would rather give my wife a blowjob than her give me a blowjob. And I think for a lot of men, it's the other way around. So I think a lot of men have inadvertently become more feminine, perhaps because they've been raised primarily more so by their mothers and by female influence, and also, not to mention, the increased ratio of female teachers. So all this influence, I don't think, is useful for men, because men and women think differently, and they can better. So there's a social construct aspect to this whole thing about what people think is attractive and what men and women, prioritize in terms of sexual features and physical features, and also mental features, over the course of time. Like, you look back into history, what do you see? You see men being attracted to perhaps overweight women, or women that did strange things to their body. Like, even today, you see certain tribal, they've got all these earrings, and even in third, current world countries, you're talking about, women with tattoos, and they're overweight, and so it's not like their natural body. They're using, women seem to do this. They seem to like augmentation of the breasts, lips, buttocks. It's all the makeup. By the way, makeup isn't, and high heels, it's not good either, because the makeup gets in the skin. The high heels aren't good for the back. Women are comfortable taking hormone blockers so they don't get pregnant, and it's like, that's one of the big differences you'll see between men and women, is men would never do that. Men don't do those kinds of things. Men are more interested in if they're perceived as being strong and competent. But with a lot of women's influence, now men are thinking about, trying to think about how women find their bodies and their genitals attractive, and how women, hoping that women are the ones giving them compliments, or hoping that women are the ones excited about, the sexual interaction, blowjobs and everything. And I'm not implying that people shouldn't have these desires and attractions. Yes, people should want to be intimate with each other, and shouldn't try to connect with someone who they're not attracted to. And then the question of sexual compatibility comes in, like what would be in theory optimized compatibility, or what would be in theory like the archetypal more genetically optimized person? Would it be like probably like a they use these measurements of 666 with the implication of like six-pack abs, 6-inch penis or longer, or 6 foot or higher, or making at least 100K over a year, 6 figures. So those to me seem to make sense. They seem like all good things, and then for women's bodies, I think women should at least be. See, for me, I prefer a smaller chested woman, because I don't like the idea of the sagging, and the breasts are meant for babies, and so I think it's immature of men to be more oriented towards trying to suckle on the breasts and nipples, as opposed to sucking on the vulva, which I think is, of course, I've invented this whole ideology behind that, of it's the goddess V, and that we should make it the most important thing in our lives, and that it supersedes such things as all thoughts and talking about breast size, penis size, because those are kind of things that are kind of private and personal matters, just like financial matters are should be considered more private and personal. And so it's kind of like, you hear penis or breast jokes. If you really examine it, you'll see that some people have, over the past, men have made like breast jokes, and now women are making like penis jokes, because it's kind of almost as a gotcha towards men, and it's like it's an unfriendly thing, though. It's a body shaming thing, and it's more focused on PIV sex, which is penis and vagina sex, which is kind of a biological thing that people do compulsively because of the orgasm effect of it. And to me, that's not that meaningful, because it's something that people will do compulsory, and obviously if the sexual organs are more compatible, it'll feel more pleasurable. But is that extra points in pleasure so necessary to two people living happy and enjoying each other? Like I said, especially on the men's end, like that's why sometimes it makes sense to think of it as it's like as if the man, like it's useful for a man to sometimes think that he doesn't even have a penis, and it's just all him and then his wife's vulva, and then he gives oral sex to her, and that's like the experience, and it's like of course it's a sexual act, but I see it as it being it's like it's like a worshiping, like how a monk goes to his ritualistic, meditation routines. That's how I see giving oral sex, and I see it as worshiping the goddess V, worshiping the vulva V, worshiping the flower of life. That being, and this isn't about some type of worship of because that's where we came from. Like, I'm not doing this because it's centered around like birth and being a human. I'm doing it because I like the vulva, and to me it's just very it's a multi sensory experience, and it to me it gives me a peace of mind about existence, that it exists. And so it's like a flower, and it kind of to me, I think when people think of like sex and everything, it kind of engenders this restless sort of sexual tension of like, men thinking about other men's genitals and everything and comparing, or men thinking about other, men and women thinking about each other's relationships. And I want to clear all that off the table. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be discussed when people are deciding whether they want to be married or not. But I'm suggesting that the focus of society, at least in a public sense, like people who talk about it, it should really be more about. It should be more about the vulva, and it's like an adult thing. It's an adult experience, and so how do I go forward with that? Well, so part of it is like women not focusing on their breasts, not showing off their chest in public. It's men not wearing tight pants, and or like also things like wearing an expensive belt, because that all puts emphasis on the private parts, the men's penis, right? And so I don't think, to me, it's not socially advantageous. It's antisocial behavior, because it's not putting focus on the right things, and it's not loving, because but we can all have the goddess V as our orientation. And this isn't some weird thing about me trying to like seduce women by saying this, or like trying to make it into something of, it's like this, telling people, oh, you should do this. I'm saying that it's what I do and I recommend doing. At least experiment with it. See, that's the fundamental problem, is people's familiarity bias. They're familiar with what they do already. They think it's fine. They're comfortable. But they're looking at it from a reference point of just their own lives. Like, as long as them and their significant other and their family are okay, then they don't really worry about anything else. If their family is okay, then they go spend even more money on themselves by doing things like vacations, and even starting a family is a luxury. Like, we could take a break for 5 years. We could take a break from everything we're doing and look at the world, and we can try to sort things out. but getting back to topic. So when 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 people think of things in terms of, okay, so for example, well, to get into like, because people might be curious my angle, like, well, what is for a man's uh, uh, for a man's PP, it's like um, like what is ideal. What would a woman say is ideal? What would a man say is ideal? Um, like I was saying, like it seems like 6 inches makes and you can actually there's methods of extending the uh, penis. There's ways to like there's methods online. Like if you research it, you'll find obviously no pills, no crazy stuff, but there's methods of learning about what type of uh, properties the fiber or the penis is made of, and then working on that. But keeping in mind that if you do that stuff, you're gonna have to your heart is gonna have to be stronger in order to maintain blood flow and an erection, and so then what people don't realize is when you're asking like what's an ideal penis size, what you're really asking is what's a vagina size, and the answer to that is vaginas vary as well, the internal vagina, but basically there's like a second loophole or a second like aperture or hole in the vagina that's like the second vagina, and that's what when people have, especially in pornography, when the featured stars have larger PPS, it's they're stimulating the full back of the vagina, which is this it's a pocket essentially of within the vagina. And so people need to be honest, and women too. Like women need to use dildos. They need to know their bodies and need to not be reliant upon a man to have quality experiences, orgasms. And men too. Men, I recommend the Doc Johnson Signature line. It's a stroker device, really realistic actually. I recommend with coconut oil. They don't recommend coconut oil because it breaks down the toys, but I find that's fine with me. Like I think after about maybe like 4 months of use or so, you're gonna start seeing damage. But to me, it doesn't matter because the toys are about $100 each, and it's a worthwhile expenditure because the emphasis is you have to have sex with yourself. Like you have to have that kind of enjoyment in order to enjoy life. And so on breast size, right? So breast size, I like a flat chest essentially because I want all the focus to be on vulva, and I don't like the sagging, and I also don't like the like women showing off breasts in public. To me, it's sort of this really primitive thing of like women trying to get attention and say like, look at me. Women need to realize that to be conscious of what they do. So women will often compete with each other in the hopes that someone will find it attractive. But both men and women need to realize, and then women will show off their body, and then men will try to show off their wealth. And the problem with doing that is you're showing off your valuables. You don't want to show off, like rich people. If you're super rich, you don't show off. If you've got lots of money, you don't show it off. You know what I mean? Like we're talking like if you're Like, forget, like, if you're just, a business owner of a few $3-4 million. I'm talking about thinking about things from a vantage point of if you've got significant wealth. I think ultra wealthy is 15 million and up, and then or no, ultra wealthy is everything up to a billionaire, and then there's billionaire. And so think of things in terms of that. Think of things in terms of if you're a wealthy, a king, a queen, and operate from that vantage point. And so that's my take on the breast thing. To me, they're just these mammalian sacs, and it may look, visually arousing, but that's in the same way that, say, a Lamborghini or private jet looks visually attracting. It's not really practical, and it's not a sustainable, like, everyday thing to that's not, that doesn't have any drawbacks or costs. Like, that's what so great about the vulva is. It's always there. It doesn't really get overstimulated, I think, like as much as the internal vagina gets overstimulated. Like, sometimes women don't want to have intercourse in their vagina, right? But the whole point of this is it's a transition from the worshiping of, like, bigger is better, like bigger breasts, bigger penis, and big muscles, and big cars, and big houses, and then even men also worship things like power, or things like the pets, or things like electronics, or the newest car. But all of that goes secondary when people start worshiping goddess V, and V is for vulva V. It's not a regular vulva. A vulva V is a shaved vulva. It belongs to a woman who's got, like, a quote unquote tight body, which have been finding more and more attractive. Because you need to think of what would, like, you should be able to look at a woman right away and say, talk to him, AC. Talk on the niggas. Yeah, boy. So, dude, that was one for the record books, AC. You fucking nailed. That was the best comment I've ever been given, dude. You fucking ruled me, dude. You fucking pwned on the niggas. Pwned on the Africans, dude. Fucking like the video, AC2. Strike on the niggas. Strike. Nah, no homo. I mean, no racist. That's your boy AC in the chat, running this beach. So I'm feeling good, AC. I just dropped a lot of insights. So you'll have to watch the replay, and apparently it takes like a day or so to publish. But while you're at it, AC, message me, or leave a comment on one of my other videos, and then I'll leave you a comment on where you can, because I got TikTok videos now. I got Team Shieldheart on TikTok. It's called Team Shieldheart. That's a lot of fun. But getting back to the essence of it, because I'm gonna wrap this up with a conclusion. So, your girl, holla at your girl AC. Oh, that nigga hard, nigga. All right, that's it. Well said, AC. Well said. I think, AC, I'm about to beat you off on a rap video. So, AC think he hard, but he hardly. AC looking stupid, re-rardy. I be in this bitch like I'm Cardi. Straight up out that skirt like it's Mardi Gras. Bitches. Girls gone wild and we gonna party down. AC taking dildos and he doing that butt pound. AC jumping tables and he twerking it down. He like a man in a dress. He be wearing it now. He be wearing it proud. Oh, dude, I talked on the boys, and to top it off, AC is actually like, he's like a mixed race African. Your boy AC be pumping in this beat. Oh, AC, I can't wait to invite you over. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. You know, you're in the closet too. You know we're, you know what you know. So, in conclusion, men should operate as if they have no penis, in the sense of they should be only thinking primarily about their woman's vulva and women's vulva in general, like looking at them, complimenting them, wanting to give them oral sex, more than wanting women to look at their penis or compliment their penis or give them oral sex. Another problem is the removal of the foreskins. It makes the penis look less natural, and so it's important to keep the foreskins, and that gives a more enhanced experience for the woman to have like that kind of experience of sucking on it. Oh my god, this is getting good. Dude, AC, AC, I'm on to you, dude. I'm taking screenshots of this. You're going down, dude. You're going down in flames, dude. You're fucking destroyed. Now, AC, keep tuning in. Call me whenever you want, but not after the stream. But then you can star 67 block your number. So dial star 67 808 859 4059. That's my phone number. It's star 67 808 4059. The reality is come on, AC, talk at these niggas. So what I'm saying is, you want a woman with a tight body. You want a woman where you're able to look at her and see, and right away see, you should be able to decide whether or not you would want to suck on her vulva. Like, I can look at a woman and decide that, and the way you decide is that she has the right skin tone that you like, AC, come on, dame. Dude, AC be running the chat too, boy. He fucking out there, bitch. Alright, so, you want to be able to look at a woman and her skin tone, and that turns you on, and like having a tight, athletic body, and that makes you know that she has a healthy vulva and clean and shaved, and like it can pulse generously with her strength, like, and it's just nice. And I'm sure you'd agree, AC, like at the end of the day, although we're in the quasi queer whatever you are. Oh dude, AC on blast, boy. AC on blast in this beat. Oh, Toto, TT, everybody. Oh, AC, you really got me, dude. You really got me. I'm like on, dude. I'm like, I feel like alive. Like my I'm like mentally aroused, dude. So thank you for everything, AC, for showing up and being present and engaged. It's good. It's good vibes, and it's a great Sunday. You can call me up, message me. Let's start some dialogue. Let's engage each other, and we're all gonna be good. But the most important thing is we put Vulva V first. That's our goddess, Vulva V, Goddess V, and we'll be okay in society. And remember that it's important to have self-intimacy every day, because it's a sex with yourself, because it leads to having a strong virile system. And like when you're exercising often and like cardio at least 3 days a week, maybe four, I recommend 3 or 4 hours a day. No, 3 or 4 hours a week of like strong, cardio, and then that keeps the heart strong, and then sauna keeps everything flowing, and a healthy vegan diet with no like vegetable oils or anything that's sticky, like extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil are okay, but all these other oils, it's like butter. You know how it sticks to a pan and when you're trying to wash it, it doesn't come off? Well, that fucking stuff sticks to your body. So you got to get all that cleansed out. There's a lot of ways to do this. Look it up online. Feel good about it, and let's talk more soon. AC, big mahalos, and we are out of here. Goddess V in this bitch.